Next one I got is Stephen King's Misery with Kathy Bates and James Caan, and this this was a really scary one and really good one. I love this one. It's definitely one of Stephen King's best films. It's basically about a writer named forget his name. I think Paul Sheldon. He's a writer, and then he gets into a car crash, and then he's in a bed, and his number one fan is upset. She's obsessed with this guy, with this writer. She reads all of his books and loves all of his books he does. She collects him and has like paintings. She's a big fan. She's obsessed, but she has a little she's a little cuckoo, a little crazy, and starts to Paul Sheldon tie him up to a chair and forces him to write stories, and then at the end of one story, he wrote the most famous one. I forget what the name of it is. That someone dies, and Kathy Bates gets really pissed off at him and tells him to rewrite it. And then it's just crazy. It's hard to explain, but it's a really good movie. I definitely would check it out. It's really scary. And the ending is really cool too. I'm not gonna say what happens at the end though. It's a cool movie though. Next one I got is The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue, Blue Underground 2-disc edition. My friend Doug has the limited edition. You can't find that. He has the tin can limited edition. That's really hard to find though. I try to look for it. You can't find it. It's really hard to find. But I got this is this is basically that one says Let Sleeping Corpses Lie. This is The Living Dead at the Manchester Morgue. It's basically the same movie just with a different title. But this was another good movie. Really great effects. Really great great story and great everything. This is one to check out. I definitely would check it out. Next one I got is Fright Night. You can't forget this one. This is an all-time classic. One of the best vampire horror films I've ever seen with vampires. Really cool, and pretty gory too. And this one was just terrifying. This one, even the cover just scares me by looking at it. Look at it. It's creepy. I saw this when I was a little kid. I thought I would never watch. I didn't like horror movies back then when I was a little kid. I was into all the kiddish stuff like Power Rangers and Mutant Ninja Turtles and shit. And then I started. I think the first movie I saw was I think Child's Play, the first one. Then my second was The Exorcist, and then I started watching Goosebumps, and that's how I got into them. I saw this in the store when I was a little kid, and I got scared just by looking at this cover. I thought I would never be able to see this, but I saw it. It's great. Definitely would check it out. If you love vampire movies, this is one to see. Add to your collection. Next one I got is a trauma film, Decapitated. And this film, all I can say is, when the fuck will these people die? They just don't, everyone gets, basically killed, at least 1,500 times, I don't even know, gets, stabbed in the arm, gets cut into the neck, and they're still moving, they're still, in the first one, someone gets stabbed through the throat, and just, has tape, and still starts, he's still alive. How is he still fucking alive? This wasn't so good. I wouldn't check this one out. I mean, it was, some aspects it was pretty good. I liked the one scene I liked when the killer was holding the head and comes through the door and the head starts talking. That was pretty cool. But the rest of it was just stupid. They never would die. I felt like going in the film and just killing them myself. It was the most stupidest, weirdest movie I've ever seen. Just to avoid this one. This is not so good.